National Gas Cutting Specialist. Welcome to Repertory Company Theater's RCT360. I'm Deidre Sherm.
I'm Laura Alley.
And I'm Rachel Ratcliffe.
And this, ladies, is episode number 45. Now, last week, our theme was Act 1. So, of course, this week has to be Act 2 is our theme. Now, Act 2 is usually where we see some sort of conflict happening and a rise up in the midst of our hero's story, and then hopefully a wonderful resolve.
Mm-hmm. And RCT, like so many area theaters, has been in a state of change and conflict over the past few months. The COVID crisis has forced us to be more creative and resilient than ever before. Your support, the support of our community, has sustained us through all of this, and we would like to thank you. Rachel.
And one of the ways that RCT has adapted to the changing pandemic world that we live in is to revamp our programming to fit community needs. And so now we are presenting two new shows that are both adaptations of the King Arthur legend. Coming up first is Spam-A-Lot, March 19th through 28th. Super excited about that. And if that's a little bit too much spam in your Am-A-Lot, then how about waiting until June for Lerner and Lowe's classic Am-A-Lot, June 18th through 27th. Tickets for both shows are available at our box office now.
Yes, so excited about those two shows. Now, ladies, we have some great things that we want to get straight to because it's a lot of wonderfulness here on the show today. First, we have RCT actor Aaron Gallagher, who's going to share with us one of my favorites on stage. We have actor and dancer Amanda Durbin, who's coming up for Little White Lies. And I was just informed like 2 minutes ago that there's going to be a pop quiz that is coming up. I guess we're going to have to get ready for that. So while I get ready for that, I don't even know what to study for, but hey, I'm ready for some quarantine confessional. Rachel, take it away.
Thank you, Deidre. And welcome once again to another installment of Quarantine Confessions. Come closer, closer, but not too close, especially today when my eyes are just a little bit puffy. All right, friends. So today we're talking about Act 2, the wonderful conclusion of shows that we have all been in. And it's made me think about that as an analogy to my own life. And as I've thought about that, I realized I may have accidentally flipped acts a little bit. Let me explain. So a lot of people in their lives, they go to school, they meet someone special, they have kids, and they kind of maybe start to, get the kids out of the nest at the end of Act 1 with some, wonderful, glorious song. Then Act 2 goes to all of the cool, fun stuff, and the travel and the work and the, buying fun, cool things. That's all well and good. It's a great thing. But as I think about it, kind of did a lot of my cool act fun stuff first. I got out of school. I got to travel. I did fun things on my own. And then instead of transitioning to something else, I had the baby a little bit later. And so now, as my friends are in their Act 1 finale of, our kids are out of the house, we're buying a boat, I'm more in the Act 2 kind of stressful monologue song of, why does my toddler melt down over a banana? But both are very logical, good places to be. And the best part is usually in a pretty good show, both acts end well. So I'm feeling good about my chances. But then, as I thought more about it, why end at 2 acts? I think we're limiting ourselves as people in analogies of shows to just musical theater. that's where opera has you beat. In an opera, you can get 3 acts, 4 acts. Maybe if it's Russian or the Ring Cycle, I think you can get up to 5. So I figure I'm in the midst of a really good second act in my life, but I'm not stopping there. I'm going all the way Wagner Ring Cycle in the only way that you would want to, in length only, because otherwise it's really just kind of dark and sad and has Valkyries and a lot of revenge. So we're taking all of that stuff out. We're leaving all of the good stuff. So here is to Acts 5 and 6 of our wonderful lives. May they be as glorious as the first 2. And that is my quarantine confession.
Seriously, Rachel, you just inspired me, I think, for the next 20 years, Lord willing. Not. Thank you so much for that. I think we all needed to hear that today. Now it is time for us to run over for our In the Spotlight interview. And I don't know who is in charge of setting up these interviews, but every week I say it and every week I mean it. And I mean it again. You're about to see one of my favorite onstage people. So Laura, take it away.
My In the Spotlight guest this week is one of my favorite on-stage partners. Please welcome to our webcast, Aaron Gallagher. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
First of all, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
Sure. As she alluded to, my name is Aaron Gallagher. I am a husband, a father of one beautiful baby boy who is 16 months old, who's been the light of our life, especially during all this pandemic business. I am a theater teacher and a local actor and singer. I perform all over the DFW Metroplex. Theater's been my passion for my entire life. I started writing little playlets with my cousins when I was 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and we would put them on for the family. Anytime there was a family event that happened, we would go ahead and put these little playlets on and bring a little bell, and everybody would go out to wherever we would do it in the yard. And that really, resonated with me, and I just always wanted to perform. And kids were also my passion, and I wanted to pass on this art form to young people. And I've been a theater teacher now for 9 years and several different districts. I'm currently in Wiley ISD at McMillan Junior High School. We just competed in our UIL competition, one-act play competition on Saturday, and the kids did very well.
Nice.
So that's a little bit about me in a nutshell.
Cool. I think we all kind of got our start in theater, performing in our backyard and, getting our friends and kind of, everyone come watch and we're going to do the show at 3:00, bring your chairs. I think we all kind of got that start. How has your line of work, being a theater educator, changed due to the pandemic?
Dramatically. Not intended, I guess. I was really proud of my district. They are an extremely well-run district here in Wiley, which is also my hometown. I live 1.5 miles from my school, which is really neat to contribute to my community in that way as well. But they were super prepared. Everything was communicated effectively from the very beginning. We received excellent training on things, and it was a very big challenge the first month. I elected to be fully remote for the first semester, just to see how things were going to go out there in the school system. And so I wasn't with my kids. I was with them, but I was in this format with them. And by the end of the semester, while there were pros and cons to that, the biggest con was I wasn't connecting with my kids the way I usually do. And that's the thing that I pride myself most on as a teacher, is I can connect with kids. And I do it in a very natural and organic way. And to have this kind of barrier between that, it was just too much. And I decided it was best that I came back to the classroom. And I'm so glad that I did, because this semester's been great. But I mean, the challenges of putting on a production at the educational level through this have been immense. I have never in my life had as many challenges come up with a production as my first show this semester. And in fact, the UIL show became my first show because a quarter of my cast was quarantined a week before the show was supposed to go up. And so I'm like, I'm not going to cancel. I'm going to postpone to second semester. It'll become our UIL show. I'll move that show to next year. And it just became a lot of shuffling. But I didn't have all of my cast in the same room until one rehearsal before we performed.
Goodness.
It was that bad. And I was always kids out for whatever reason, and kids being, the remote, I'd half my cast were remote students. And so I had to rely on them to come afterwards to come to, I was losing 30 minutes of rehearsal every day for them just to get there. And so, it's been one thing after another. And I had to basically reinvent the wheel on how I teach theater. And so I said, okay, I'll just have to just throw things out this year and do things differently. But yeah, it's been heavily affected by what's going on, man. I hope things start to turn. I
believe it. And we are lucky here at RCT that we're actually trying to get back on the stage. And you and myself are currently in rehearsals for Spam-A-Lot. How did you prepare to take on the role of King Arthur and in this socially distanced pandemic version of the show?
I've been preparing for this role all my life. I'm a huge Python fan. Right. And so, even as a middle school kid, I'd seen everything. And I had a CD-ROM. Remember those?
Yes.
When those were a new thing. And it was actually my friend's down the street, and it was a Python CD-ROM. And so it was all this interactive thing where you could click on different little things, and one of the famous bits would pop up. And my favorite all-time bit is still the Lumberjack song. Right. I love it. I think it's great. Of course, and the fish slapping dance is great. Yes. And I love how they include that in this version. And so when they released Spam-A-Lot in 2005, I loved it. And my wife and I didn't actually see it until a touring version came through. I think at 11 or 12, I forget. But we both just rolled in the aisles, and I was like, how are they going to do this? And I knew I had to play King Arthur one day. Right. I just for my love of the movie, and I've seen it. So it's top 10 comedies of all time for me.
Absolutely.
And recently, to really delve into this, I've been getting my hands on any kind of Python stuff I could. I like doing the deeper dives into stuff for roles. Yeah. Especially with something as iconic as this show. If you've seen the movie, and most people have, of a certain generation, and they're very familiar with it. And it's one of those challenges with the show where how do you balance something that's so famous, and done a certain way, and try to make it fresh and new. And so
I translate it to the stage. Yeah.
Yes. And I've been challenged with that myself. It's like, sometimes I'm like, I find I'm doing a little too much Graham Chapman here. I try to reel it in a little, try to change it up a little bit. Because I've seen it so many times. And so I hear that dialogue in my head, especially since they've taken exact word for word from the movie. In a lot of these scenes. And so I'm trying to change it up a little bit. But I just love their stuff. I love this style of humor. I jump tracks. I've been getting into big documentaries on Python, and there's a great one on Netflix right now from 2009, which I'd never seen. That's really, other than the basic, sing and lines and all that good stuff, I really like to do deep stuff, deeper dives.
And we've been trying to do this production for the last 2 years. I know you and I have been cast for 2 years of these roles, and it just keeps getting changed and changed. So we're so grateful that there's a socially distanced version of the show so that we can finally bring these characters to life on stage at RCT, which we've been trying to do for several years. So I have to ask a question. Obviously, you work in theater, you do theater. What is your favorite thing about theater in general?
It would have to be collaboration. I love teamwork. I love the fact that it is a collaborative art form. From the beginning, I just love working with people. I'm a very social, outgoing guy, and I like to be in a group environment. I love the magic that happens between creative people, whether it's behind the scenes or on the stage, of taking a script, having an idea, and basically bringing it to life, because it wouldn't exist in just with one person. Sure, there's one person shows, but in the end, theater is supposed to be a collaborative art. And it's really about, it's the only art form which shows other human beings what it's like to be a human, and what the experience is like, and having that live magic that happens in person is irreplaceable. But yeah, it is the collaboration, and I just absolutely love it. And I love how each show is a new effort. It's a new collaborative effort with new people. Sometimes you work with these people before, which of course I love doing. Right. But I just love it. I just love the fact that it's collaborative.
Nice. And we have worked together a couple of times before. This will actually be our second time to get married on stage.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the show.
I always think, how many people have I married on stage? You said that King Arthur is one of your dream roles. What are your other dream roles that you have yet to do or have had the
Yeah,
able to do.
I came back to the stage in 2015, and it was a dream role. And I got to do the Baker and Into the Woods, and it's probably my favorite musical theater role.
Right.
And I really connected with him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my second time to do Into the Woods. I was the narrator / mysterious man in grad school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one, and getting to do Shrek was the minute I saw that show. Of course, we did that show together.
We did.
Shrek and Fiona, and the minute I saw that staged version or the filmed version of the Broadway cast, I knew I had to play that role.
Yes,
It's like that was a match made in perfect synchronous heaven.
Perfect lime green heaven.
Yes, exactly. It's just, I knew it. I'm like, I will play that role one day.
Right.
And sure enough, 4 years later, thank God for y'all, I got the opportunity to do it. But other things that I would love to do, I've always wanted to, it sounds a little cliche, Phantom of the Opera was the first musical I ever saw, and I've always wanted to play the Phantom.
Right.
And speaking of other cliche, big, famous roles, Jean Valjean. It is on my list, or Javert, honestly, either one.
Yeah.
But I would love to play either one of those roles. Musical theater really is my favorite expression of the art form right now, because it's a blend of the things I love to do. I love to act, I love to sing, and occasionally dance.
Nice.
Well,
we are very lucky that we actually get to rehearse right now and get to go to rehearsal. I will actually see you in a couple of hours to do some blocking, which is fun. Aaron, I'm excited to perform again with you on stage in Spamalot. I know audiences will be excited to see your take on King Arthur. And thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura. And after hearing that interview, number one, yay for our teachers and all they have to do. Number two, I would have loved to have Aaron as my high school theater or middle school theater teacher. Hello, he is amazing. And number three, I cannot wait to see you, Laura, with Aaron on that stage coming up soon in Spamalot. Everyone get your tickets fast because it's gonna be amazing. Well, now it's time for one of my favorite segments, Little White Lies, always another chance to win. Rachel, take it away.
Thank you, and welcome to one of our newer segments, Little White Lies, where we play an amazing game to determine if one of our RCT actors is telling a truth or telling a lie. Today, we have a very, very special guest. She is no stranger to the RCT stage. She is a beautiful dancer. She is a beautiful actor. She's just a beautiful human. I taught her everything about dance that she knows. She's about to appear in Spamalot. Please welcome Amanda Durbin. Hi, Amanda.
Hi.
How you doing there?
I'm good. How are you, Rach?
Just dandy. Now, because I quasi-stalk you on Facebook, I know that you had kind of a fun announcement over the last month or two. Is anything different going on in your life these days? Anything? What's that thing I see?
Yeah, so I met a special person, and we are engaged. So now that's kind of our life now, and planning a wedding, which is a lot, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad that your nails were ready because your nails look really nice. By the
thank
way.
you. I did them myself.
Yes, very nice. Well, happy pandemic wedding planning. I'm sure that's super easy and not complicated in any way.
Oh, not at all.
Cool. So let's go ahead and bring on my two illustrious hosts, Miss Laura Alley and Miss Deidre Sherman. I think you've met before.
Yeah, we have. We're good friends with Miss
Excellent.
Amanda.
So, ladies, I'm going to have you ask Amanda 3 questions each to determine whether the statement she is about to read is a truth or a lie. Now, Amanda, do you have 2 envelopes prepared?
I do.
And in one of those envelopes, is there a truth and in the other is a lie?
Yes.
Okay, this is excellent. This is really going very, very well. Can you hold your envelopes up for us? And Deidre, because I kind of didn't let you experience the segment very well last time around, would you like to pick for us Envelope 1 or envelope 2? Or
Well, last time we picked 1 and I got the wrong answer. So this time I'm going to run over to 2 and hope for a win.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice. Amanda, would you please read the contents of envelope number 2?
Okay. The first time I went shopping for groceries with Jeff's American Express card, I lost it.
First time you went shopping for groceries with Jeff. I'm assuming Jeff is your
fiance, yes.
Yes.
For our viewers at home, with his Amex card, you lost it. Okay, ladies, let's round robin it. I think it works well. Laura, I'm going to start with you. Let's get these questions going.
Okay. What grocery store did this happen? The alleged losing of the American Express card.
Question.
Tom Thumb.
Tom Thumb.
Okay, I feel like as a follow-up, I'm just inserting myself. Which location? Which Tom Thumb location?
Yeah, which Tom Thumb?
The Lovers Lane location. Lovers in Greenville.
I used to live across the street from there, so I know that one well.
It does exist. Okay, very good, very good. Deidre?
How old were you at the time?
Oh my God, how old am I now? I feel like I've lost it here. 34.
Okay, so like last year. Okay.
And what did you purchase at Tom Thumb? What were you buying? A bunch of stuff? A few things?
A ton of stuff.
Okay.
So what did you have to do after you lost it?
I had to tell him that I lost it and include in that I lost the entire wallet, and we had to go back to the Tom Thumb to retrieve it, so it wasn't fully lost.
Okay.
You mean retrieve the groceries or retrieve the card or the wallet? What did
the
you
card?
Oh, they had it.
Card. Okay. And I know Jeff is right next to you. I want to ask him a follow-up question. Jeff, did we ever find this card, or did we get a replacement for the Amex card?
Laura's asking you a question about the card. Did we ever find the card, or did we have to get a replacement for the card? But you have to come to the camera.
Oh, yes, I have to see you. I have to see you to read your face to see if it's true.
Hello.
Can they hear me?
We hear
They
you.
can
Yes.
hear you,
Yes.
but you can't hear them.
We hear you.
Welcome.
So the question was, did we find the card?
Did we find the card, or did you
get a
have to get a replacement?
No, we found it. They found your wallet, and we had to get it from, I guess, the security person there or something. They found it. She left it in the grocery cart.
All right. Oh, that gave
I
me
was
such
prepared
good
to
insight.
cancel it, though.
Such good insight there. That was a pro move, by the way, bringing in someone to ask another question. That was a pro move, friends.
Yeah,
Pro move.
Tip of the invisible cap to you
Pro
on
move.
that
You're
one,
welcome.
Laura.
Pro move by there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this is true because of Jeff.
Deidre, what do you think?
And I love Amanda and know her well, and I'm losing the wallet. I love you, but I feel like that's something you would do. I love you, but just saying.
Could you read the question one more time? I just want to hear the question. I want to just think for another moment.
The very first time I went shopping with Jeff's Amex card, I lost it.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was a pro move, Laura, you bringing in the fiance. So I'm going to have to say either we need to get him on stage because he's a great actor, or it's absolutely true. So I'm going with true as well.
All right.
True. I'm going to mix it up and say false because I think it's a very believable story, but Amanda's look of horror while she was watching Jeff's answer made me think, oh, there could be some tap dance in here. So I don't know, but I just want to throw it out as maybe a non-starter. So Amanda, please tell us, is the story that you have just shared a truth or a lie?
No, it's totally true. It is totally true. It was,
Pro move.
we had been dating 3 months.
2 months.
2 months. Oh, now he's correcting me. Okay, 2 months. And I offered to go to the grocery store.
And
And
said I was foolish for spending all that money ordering groceries from Amazon.
I did. I said he was foolish for spending like $300 on basic groceries on Amazon. So I
Real sassy.
offered to go to the store.
Right.
Yeah.
And
This makes it worse. Yeah.
so I went to the grocery store, and we were supposed to go out for a nice date that night too. And I went to the grocery store, came back, unloaded all the groceries. I was so proud. I got everything that he would have normally spent for $300 for like 80. And I start going through the bags, and I go, "Where's my wallet? Have you seen my wallet?" We go back down to the car, look in my car. We were already late, shocker, for our dinner reservations. And then we called Tom Thumb, and they had my whole wallet.
That's
The
lucky.
card was in there.
That's
I'm
lucky.
very lucky. I had apparently left it in the cart,
That's lucky.
in the parking lot.
Ooh, wow. Even worse. Someone brought it in. Nice. That is some good workers. That's some good cart returners.
Samaritan. That's great. Well, I am so glad that ended well, that it did not put the kibosh on your burgeoning relationship. That's love.
It is, and actually that night he said, "I love you" for the first time.
Oh, you knew he loved you because you lost your wallet.
Love.
True love.
is bigger than
True
Amex.
love. True love.
Yeah. Use it. Feel free to use that as a slogan. I guess not Amex, like love. If love needed a slogan, it is greater than Amex.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Amanda. This was super fun. Can't wait to see you in Spam-A-Lot. And we will return next week with another wonderful episode of Little White Lies. Who will it be? What will they say? We don't know.
Thank you so much, Rachel. That was so much fun. I almost felt like it was a premarital counseling session as well as a fun little White Lies game. Thank you so much, Amanda. It was so great to see you, and we can't wait to see you on the stage soon. All right. Each week, we like to see a little bit of the behind the scenes at RCT. Laura's been sharing that with us, so take it away.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes. One of the most important aspects of any musical is, of course, the music. And I am one of RCT's resident music directors. So I actually spend my days selecting music, compiling music, rehearsing music, and doing all kinds of different things with music. Both Spam-A-Lot and Cam-A-Lot both have incredible music, songs we all know. But do you know which songs are from which musical? This is a little pop quiz. I'm asking Rachel and Deidre to join me for this one. And if you girls could pop on. And of course, folks at home, please play along. So the pop quiz will be, I am going to name the song, and you are going to tell me if it is from Spam-A-Lot or Cam-A-Lot, okay? So we're gonna start with an easy one, and Rachel, we're gonna start with you. So the first one is, always look on the bright side of life. Spam-A-Lot, you are muted, but that is lovely. Spam-A-Lot, so it's a good thing we can read. Spam-A-Lot, that is correct. Spam-A-Lot is correct. Always look on the bright side of life. All right, then Deidre, this one is for you. Then you may take me to the fair.
So I haven't seen
Cam or
Spam-A-Lot.
Spam?
I'm gonna go with Spam.
It is incorrect. It is actually Cam-A-Lot. That is actually Cam-A-Lot.
Your sign's a lot prettier than mine, Deidre.
That is, yes, her font is really nice.
Those are I'm just glad it's spelled right. I said to my husband, quick, make some signs.
Those are fancy.
Takes a
All right,
village.
Rachel, this one is for you.
I
The
got this.
7 deadly virtues. Cam or Spam?
I'm gonna go. I actually don't know either of these shows very well. I'm gonna go Cam-A-Lot.
That is correct. It is Cam-A-Lot.
I think I'm gonna get everything wrong again.
All right, Deidre, this one's for you. Knights of the Round Table. correct. Spamalot. Very good. Very good. That one is kind of a take on Vegas. It's kind of funny. Knights of the Round Table. All right, and this is for you both. Okay, let's see who gets it first. The last one is the Jousts. It is Camelot, not Spamalot. So Rachel, I believe that, would that make you our winner today? I believe that makes you our winner. I was not keeping score, so we will just pretend that you are the winner today.
Oh wait, maybe I won. Maybe I won.
Importantly than the fact that I'm the winner is that Deidre is not the winner again. I don't mean that from a mean place. I just mean it from a consistency.
Yeah,
place.
for consistency.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we hope
I
our
know
audiences. We hope our audiences did as well as Rachel. So
I love you, Deidre.
that is it for behind the scenes today. So next time we'll try something new. Thanks, friends.
Well, thank you, ladies. It's always fun to play, even when I always lose, but that's just fine. Hey, we are now at the end of our show, if you can believe that. 45 is almost done. But before we leave, Rachel, do you have a local business that you can highlight for us?
I sure do. The only thing that makes me less sad about ending another episode of RCT360 is thinking about food. So I am pleased to announce our restaurant of the week this week, which is Craftway Kitchens on Preston Road in Plano. Craftway Kitchen features two of my favorite things that a restaurant can offer: weekend brunch and a full bar with premium cocktails. So I cannot wait for one to be able to get out and brunch like there's no tomorrow. So I hope that you too will think about making a trip to Craftway Kitchens in the very near future.
That sounds delightful. Maybe we can meet there one day soon. Well, until then, I'll look forward to seeing you all next week. And thank you to all of you who joined us today and are watching. We hope to see you at Spamalot soon. I can't wait. I'm going to be there, I think, on the Friday. So get your tickets quick because they probably are going to go fast. Seriously. And until we get to see each other again, I am.
You are.
We are.
RCT.
Look at your nails. Your nails are really pretty.
Oh no, just only look at this hand. Don't look at this hand.
How you doing, married lady? I mean, engaged lady, not married.
I was about to say, I'm not there yet, but I am engaged.
He could pick out his own name to put on the card, like the way his title was worded. So he put National Gas Cutting Specialist. I'm a little bit stumbly today. I put blue eyeshadow on, like 1980s. Pulled out my fur and the blue eyeshadow. So it's a 1980s. Bringing it back.
My body is rejecting makeup. Like I put on someone earlier today for a meeting and my eyes are like, oh, you don't wear makeup anymore.
I'm done with this. Yeah.
All right.
So I only put it on for RCT360.
Sure.
That's
As do I. As do
the
I.
rest of the week, no makeup. RCT360, shower.
No eyelashes. I have to put I have eyelashes on since we do. Other than that, just no eyelashes.
Good stuff. I like that ring.
Thank you. I do too. I keep catching myself going,
My ring, my ring.
I'm going to let Deidre do something today instead of just.
Everybody but Deidre.
Oh, bye.
I'm not Deidre, and I'm gonna get off. I promise.
You are welcome to be if you would like to.
No, I can't do it.
Short and sweet, short and sweet, short and sweet.
Short and sweet, short and sweet.
Do you write these down? Are you in the shower with this, or how? Which?
This is a lot of shower.
I admire that you can be that cute and that clever and that fresh every time. It's pretty darling. Appreciate you.
Now it's gonna suck next week, but thank you.
Cutting gas specialist. He just
Cutting gas
corrected me.
specialist.
It's
Hey.
actually the cutting gas specialist. Bye.